There we go. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. Liverpool 1, Aston Villa 1 at Anfield this afternoon. The home campaign is over, and so are our top four hopes as well. Guys, do hit the like button, do hit that subscribe button, and we'll get into everything. We'll get into, obviously, the match, we'll get into the controversial decisions, we will also get into basically where it has gone wrong this season and where the results kind of were the reason that we didn't get top four as well. And also we will obviously be saying goodbye to obviously Bobby Firmino, James Milner, Alex Oxlade Chamberlain and Naby Keita as well. So big discussions over this one anyway. But let me say hello to a few of you. World of Football is on. Good evening, mate. Not sure. I'll see how I feel. Good evening, Elevator. Hope you are well. That disallow goal was bullshit. We should have stood. Yeah, we'll get into it. We'll get into it as well. Ultimately, that's Alaves versus Bournemouth. Even missed versus Arsenal all cost us top four. We'll wait and see. We will discuss obviously about it. Now we need a miracle to make top four. We need United or Newcastle to lose both their remaining games, and we win against Southampton. Yeah, absolutely. And as I did say, make sure you smash a like and subscribe if you are new. Hello, Mr. Conway. Hope you're well. Like and share the stream, says Liz. Absolutely. Hi, Sean. Hope you're good. Yeah, Liz. It's the crying emojis. It's a very sad day. A very, very sad day. Good evening. Very good day today. Yes, congratulations for Carlisle, Chris. I did watch that on the TV. Absolutely amazing achievement by Paul Simpson. And obviously, I wish you the best of luck for the playoff final. I think Stockport will probably be my favourites, but look, I think if you get a win there, that is absolutely a great achievement. As well. Hello, Ali News. Hope you're good. Evening, Douglas. Don't know how you feel, but I felt a draw was kind of fair. Yeah, I've got to say, fair play to Aston Villa, fair play to Unai Emery. I think he has done a magnificent job since he took over Villa. He took over you guys when you were 17th. He's done a magnificent job. He has done a magnificent job. So I've got to say, I did feel a draw was fair as well. Got ourselves to blame for sticking the play. Yeah, exactly. VARs to get red. Hi, Luca. I'm all right. How are you? I'm good. Liverpool were poor the first half. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, by the way, also congratulations to Manchester City as well, Premier League champions for the third consecutive year. And congratulations to Nottingham Forest for staying in the Premier League. Proper club, Nottingham Forest. Proper club. Great to see them back up and great to see them staying up. And just goes to show what Evangelos Maranakis actually deserves a lot of credit for sticking with Steve Cooper. Could have easily got rid of him, but decided not to. And look where it's happened as well. We will obviously do that as well. But let me just speak about, obviously, well, Liverpool won, Aston Villa won. Let's just start from the start. So the team was obviously Alisson Becker, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Henderson, and Curtis Jones. And then Diaz, Gakpo, and Salah. So no changes from the Leicester City game, which I thought was absolutely fine. And then obviously on the bench, you obviously had Kelleher, you had Gomez, Tsimikas, Harvey Elliott, Roberto Firmino, James Milner, Diogo Jota as well. So that was the Matip as well. So that was the bench as well. So, but we've had the tendency all season to start games slow. Now, I think Aston Villa deserve a lot of credit today. I think they started very, very well. They actually played very, very well to begin with. And I think you've got to say that I was very, very concerned about today, because I've got to say Aston Villa have had a very, very good run. And they are still in the hunt for European football. I've got to say, they are still in the hunt for European football. Because Europa League is definitely on for them. I mean, it is definitely between them and Brighton now. I think it's safe to say Tottenham are probably out of it now. And look, Brighton have a game against Southampton tomorrow, and if they win, they could be in Europe. That is amazing for a club like Brighton. They absolutely deserve it. And Aston Villa, if they get Conference League football, even better, even better for them. But I did have a fear about today's game because I thought we need to get the job done. I know that we're obviously wanting to say goodbye to Bobby, we want to say goodbye to Milner, we want to say goodbye to Naby, and we obviously want to say goodbye to Oxlade Chamberlain. So I was a little bit concerned that was going to get in the way of it today. And I was obviously listening to on the radio, and I've got to say that it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I thought Villa started brightly. I thought they started off the tube brightly as well. They do get a penalty. I've got to say that is a correct decision. Kanate is the wrong side of Watkins, and he does bring them down. And then the one thing when you've obviously got fantasy football players in your team, I have Ollie Watkins, so I was a little bit concerned when he took the penalty because I was like, he's going to score, or he's going to miss, or he's going to be, saved by, Alisson. It's a horrendous penalty. It's an absolute shocker of a penalty. Like, he just completely goes for that corner. It sends Alisson the wrong way, but what he did, he basically put it past the post. And you know what? I know he's trying to put it in the corner and all that, but that was a poor penalty, to say the very, very least. And at that point, that was a big let-off because I thought at that time Villa were the better team. They were definitely the better team. And they do take the leads. It's got to be said. It's a lovely finish from Jacob Ramsey. Douglas Luiz finds Jacob Ramsey. And yes, Trent, give him credit for what he's been doing in midfield. He is at fault. It's his man. He lets him go. And to be fair to Jacob Ramsey, it's a fantastic finish. But very, very poor defending. Very, very poor defending. And look, we can say everything about what we can say about it, but that was a very good finish from Jacob Ramsey. And then the first contentious decision, let me just say. But anyway, let's go back into the live chat. Let me go back into the live chat and see what some of you are saying as well. Even as a Villa fan, I thought that disallowed goal took me a few times to realise why I'd been disallowed. Yeah, I believe there were 4 players offside for that one. Boo, yes, mate, I think I got to go. Yeah, Forrest. We need changes today. Changes start. Let's hope for the best for the team. Yeah, absolutely. How was the match today? Tale of two halves, I'll be honest. Tale of two halves. Hello, Douglas. Of the worst week I've had. I want to thank you for your support. Also, Jack took me to Hotel Anfield last night for the Redmen TV end of season party. No problem, mate. No problem, yes. I hope you're all right. Jade's in the chat. Hello, Jade. Hi, Douglas in the chat. Did you see Gabby who talked about Klopp blaming him for us being in the... Look, Aston Villa, fair play to you. Gabby Agbonlahor, I could not give 2 hoots what he says, right? He completely has an agenda against Jurgen Klopp. He has a complete agenda against Liverpool. Anything he says on Talk Shite is for clicks. That's it. So I don't pay any attention to Gabby Agbonlahor. Let me just say that. Well done, Manchester winning the league 5 times in the last 6 years now. I think LSE will go again next season to the top 4. Also, it hit me when Bobby scored and Gakpo absolutely amazing. Also, Alexis news has made my week a little bit better. I have seen that. Yes, we will get on to that as well. Where Brighton play Sunday, then City will rest players as they won the league. Only can hope they lose both and get tired for next week. And plus, it is a winner takes all game between Aston Villa and Brighton next Sunday as well. So, big incentive for sure. Villa played good, but not that good. We were bad. Yeah, we were poor. Do you actually have to say? Sorry, it's a funny question to ask. It seems he will stay. Yeah, it looks like he's going to stay, actually. We were good defensively, midfield-wise. Our attack wasn't great, though. No, absolutely. Did you want to win? Well, of course. You want to go into... you want to go every game and want to win, for sure. However, professional football misses a tire when paid 50 grand a week plus. Should be taking them, especially when it's... Yeah, absolutely. Disappointed in the performance. Firmino Milner deserved to be sent off in a winning game. Along with Naby, this game shows major investment. He is 100%. 100%. I love the Villa. Liverpool's a top team. Villa missed a penalty today. Defence played well against Villa. Villa's middle table team. Alan, you were pushing for Europe, but you weren't the best, but nor were we all over the field. I can't understand the bug before it is an embarrassment. This game shows my day out. Gakpo and Salah don't work for our front three to work. We need two in behind players, one clear, two clear, and one in behind. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's Douglas is cursing that talk shite guy. Must be an ass. He is certainly an ass. He is certainly an ass. Right, we all get to the first contentious decision. Tyrone Mings on Cody Gakpo. Now, I'm going to show you a picture. I've taken this from Twitter. How can someone tell me why this isn't a red card? Now, still images can be bad. Still images can be deceiving. Still images can be deceiving. They can be very, very bad. But how can you have your foot that high onto Gakpo's chest? How is that not a red card? Now, I've got to be honest, I thought John Brooks had a shocker of a game today. I thought he had an absolute shocker. And this was one of the more contentious decisions that I thought, well, unfortunately, you've got to say that this is wrong. This is a wrong decision. That for me is a red card. Now, I can see where people are saying that it has evened out with us having, the Jota one. I can understand that. I think the Jota one was definitely a red card. I will 100% agree with that. It was definitely a red card for that one. But you can't have your foot high like that. You can't have your foot chest high and think you can get away with it. Look, I am very, very surprised that John Brooks hasn't sent him off there. I've got to be honest. But look, it is a red card. And the actual, this was obviously in the second half. I've got the disallowed goal. That's the stud marks on Gakpo. So you can see that it has really done some damage. So doing that, I mean, serious foul play is what it's called. But yeah, I think Mings has got away with one. I thought Mings was actually very, very good in the whole game. I've got to be honest. I think he's been a player that's been really, really on song for Aston Villa since Emery came in. But it's a red card. I mean, it is a red card. I think he definitely got away with one, I've got to be honest. But I suppose, as people say, it does even out throughout the season. And I think we did get lucky with the Jota one. But that is a red card. That is definitely a red card as well. Shocking, to be honest. Absolutely shocking. Tyrone Mings should have a red card. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I love the Villa. I know you might be still in the chat. Let me know if you thought that was a red card. Bumped it to Ben Woodburn in the Carlisle pitch invasion. Wow, probably because our current centre-back Cody Whelan used to play for Liverpool youth with Woodburn. Very good. John, Mings annoyed the crap out of me today. Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool, for me, I would take Firmino. What's Arsenal? Firmino will not be in the Premier League next season. Firmino will definitely be either in Spain, Italy, maybe goes back to Germany. Hello, Henry. Hope you're good. Hello, Douglas. Sadly, I did not watch the Liverpool game because I want to be in pain watching AIK being crap and being 14th out of 16th in the league, but happy Bobby scored. Yeah, 100%. We need to serious talk about Henderson. Yeah, I think we do. After Manny left, Salah is just a shadow of the player he was. I think he's been asked to do a different position this season. I'll be honest. I think he has. I'm absolutely fuming about today's match. I I think in the end the draw was fair. Like in the end the draw was fair. I think Villa had the better of the first half. We definitely had the better of the second half. But yeah, it should be. It should be. It should be a red card. Pick up chat. English refs are as bad as always. Yep. John Brooks, Henry. John Brooks. The man that apparently Jurgen Klopp celebrated in front of after the Spurs game. And yeah, I have high foot that high is clear not allowed. No, if I did that on the street, I'd get done for assault. I would get done. Now, I'm not saying Tyrone Mings is obviously going out to hurt Gakpo, but his foot is that high. He is going for the ball. He has eyes on the ball, but it's just chest high. I think it's dangerous play. It's dangerous play. Same with the shot of challenge on Skip. That is a red card. Douglas, not sure you have the picture, but look when Cody takes it. Yes, I just did. Yeah. I just did. A shit's ref. Yeah, I think so. Henry was John Brooks. Looks like Villa defender wanted to kill Gakpo. I don't think he wanted to kill Gakpo. I think that's a little bit too high. Might have known ultra. Yeah, exactly. Starts up can cause an injury. Need to know what the ref and VAR were saying about the challenge. Yeah, apparently referees. Howard Webb was saying apparently the referees are going to be mic'd up next season. I'll wait. I'll believe it until I see it. I will believe it until I see it. Let me just say. Firmino to Barca. Naby to Leipzig. Ox to West Ham is what I predict they will go. Need to talk about Hendo, Salah, and more. Off topic, please. Dortmund, do not mess up the Bundesliga. Yes, absolutely. Bayern Munich. That decision to sack Nagelsmann now is looking like an absolutely ludicrous decision. Sack Nagelsmann, bring in Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel has made Bayern Munich go backwards. I don't care what anybody says, he has made Bayern Munich go backwards. Bayern Munich lost 3-1 against Leipzig this evening. Dortmund win their next 2 games, they're champions. Come on, Dortmund. No, I disagree. I think Milner leaving is going to cause a bigger hole than people realise. If it's not a red card, I don't know what is. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Put the photo again. Looks Mings' face. He's going for the kill. Is he? Let me see. Oh Christ, it is. Full-blooded tackle. Full-blooded tackle. Let me just say that. Full-blooded tackle. And then obviously in the second half, pretty much the same, really. Villa started the brighter, but we did actually get back into the game. And, there's been a bit of confusion over this goal. Let me just say this now. I think there's about 4 players offside. Van Dijk's offside. Diaz is offside. And apparently it's not a deliberate play from Konate. I don't think it's a deliberate play from Konate. Konza. Apparently John Brooks has actually said to Jurgen Klopp that apparently it wasn't a deliberate play on by Konza. So that's why apparently Van Dijk was the one that was judged to be offside. So look, swings and roundabouts. But when you think the game is coming to an end, that we're not going to get anything, on his final Anfield appearance, oh yes, Bobby Firmino, last appearance at Anfield, comes up with a farewell goal. And I said on the copy, I said on a couple of previews this week, the best way for Firmino to end his Anfield career would be to get a goal. And he got a goal. He got a goal at the top end. I just think that's just fantastic. And yes, I know we didn't win the game, but just the buzz of Firmino scoring. just the buzz of Firmino scoring. And look, it was an emotional day to say the very, very least. But I've got to say that I look at Firmino. Firmino's now scored 16 substitutes goals for Liverpool. Only David Fairclough has more with 18. So that's a good start to have. But fantastic for him to end up with an equaliser. And look, you can obviously see at the end of the game that he was very emotional. This is him hugging Alisson as well. And look, he has been a wonderful, wonderful servant. Him, James Milner, 8 years at Liverpool, and they're both going at the same time. I think it's just right. I think it's right that they're both going at the same time as well. And there's Bobby as well saying goodbye to the cop. Si Senor was sung all over the Anfield crowd today, and rightly so. And rightly so. And also, Jurgen Klopp is looking on as well from the stands. He will be back against Southampton, which is good to see. But he'll have watched that game today, thinking, "Yes, we definitely need the reinforcements. We definitely need reinforcements." And not obviously forgetting James freaking Milner. What a player! What a phenomenal athlete! One of the fittest athletes still at Liverpool. When he's saying goodbye as well. And then at the end, there was actually a lovely, lovely picture of all four of them. Naby, James Milner, Bobby, and Alex Oxlade Chamberlain all getting sort of goodbye mementos, it has to be said. So Liverpool's home campaign ends with a draw, and unfortunately, so does the Champions League. Well, it's not mathematically over, but Manchester United need to lose their last home games against Chelsea and Fulham. And I think they're going to win both of them. Look, we have been not good enough all season. We haven't been good enough all season. I could list a number of games. We'll obviously talk about the games. We'll obviously talk about the games that I think have, sort of not decided that we've obviously got Europa League and not Champions League. We'll get to them as well. We will obviously speak about the player ratings. We'll get into the player ratings very, very shortly as well. But today's result is not surprising because we have had a run. Now, if you think about it, we have had a run of playing teams: Leicester, Leeds, Brentford, Fulham. Who else have we won against? Help me, West Ham. We've won against teams down in the sort of the bottom half. I know that Fulham and Brentford are, obviously the top half, and we did scrape the wins over there. Tottenham as well. Obviously, that's another win that we managed to get. But I always thought this run was going to come too soon, or too late, I should say. The way we've been playing recently, I think, has been very, very good. We have been scraping games, which is obviously the reason that. But we do have a tendency to concede first, and we really need to stop that going into next season. Now, look, the next week's game against Southampton, we're guaranteed Europa League now. That's the bare sort of minimum I would have probably taken. You said to me in February, Liverpool would get Europa League or Conference League. I would definitely have taken the Europa League. But look, this isn't the reason why we lost it today. And we'll obviously go through as well. But let me get back into the comments. Let me get back into the comments as well. Bear calls matches. Yeah, I would agree. Come on, we're not doing Mings wanted to kill them laws like last season. One Liverpool fans said strike should be. No, absolutely not. I remember that as well. For me, Diaz was the only one who did something today or tried. He was very active. There's a lot of mixed feelings about Diaz today. It was clearly attempted murder. Si, senor, absolutely. We might as well play the academy guys for the game against Southampton. There's nothing to play for, and just let the youngsters have an experience in the Premier League. Who knows what team that's going to be? For sure. Wasn't a fan of the new kit, but damn, watching it live, beautiful. Yeah, it is a good kit. It is a good kit. Maybe Firmino's not the best ever, but he's a very hard-working player. He'll probably go down as probably one of the greatest Brazilians to have played in the Premier League. Obviously, I know that obviously City fans will obviously speak about Fernandinho, which is a very, very fair share. But Firmino has been a very, very good player. Very, very good player. Which one is the second goal offside? No, the one that was the Gakpo goal was ruled out for offside because Van Dijk had marginally gone ahead of the play. So it was the Gakpo goal that was offside. Arthur Miller never got a guard of honour. It was disgraceful. Klopp out. Yeah. I didn't think Arthur Miller was going to get on the pitch. Let me just say that. If you have a place to talk about the game on the stream, we'd love to come on. If not, nobody's no problem. End of an era. Yeah, it is an end of an era. And how fitting was it that Mohamed Salah's first goal, Roberto Firmino assisted him. Roberto Firmino's final Anfield goal, Mohamed Salah assisted him. I found that was just fantastic. I think it was really, really good. James freaking Lactose Ribena, Milner, absolutely. I think Europa League would definitely help us build on next season. I think you potentially would be too much of a distraction. Yeah, absolutely. I felt sorry for the analysis guys had, but Klopp looked pretty awkward by the end. It did. It did indeed. Let's win the Europa League next year. Yeah, that's the only trophy that Jurgen Klopp's not won at Liverpool. That's the only trophy that Liverpool haven't won in the Jurgen Klopp. We've got what we deserve this season, regardless of all the crap ref rules. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we also beat Spurs, I know. Brian, I thought that too. He definitely didn't want to be there. No, definitely not. Well said, Liz. We've been piss poor for a lot of the season. The Grun came way too late, and Trent should have been played higher up the pitch. We can laugh at Spursy losing. Yeah. We all love Klopp. I blame him for his decisions. I don't understand why after Jota won the Spurs game, Klopp sent him on the bench. Next season, we'll be back and challenge again for a top two. Maybe. Diaz is still Klopp. Yeah. That's very, very true. That is very, very true. Diaz is still cold. I still think he's getting up to speed with the game. And as well, I think Darwin Núñez's season is over. I don't see him playing against Southampton. I'd be very surprised if he does play against Southampton, let's be honest. So we'll need to wait and see. How long does it take to get a VR discussion? 2-3 minutes? It's too long anyway. It's too long. Gakpo's goal should have stood. I think it should have stood. But the more I see it, I'm still questioning how 4 players can go offside. It is what it is. It is what it is at the end of the day. Say securing title, sitting at home United yet to secure top 4. I mean, we'd have to hope Man United and Newcastle blew both of their games, and I don't think it's going to happen. Unless we get 3 midfielders. Pathetic by Arsenal. Yeah, look, Arsenal, all these tweets from Arsenal supporters. Oh, Arsenal, look at how many of this Arsenal team how many of the Liverpool 1920 Premier League winning side would get into an Arsenal 11? And they were saying 0. How many times did Liverpool take Manchester City to the final game before they won the title? How many times have Arsenal taken Man City to the title? 2 games. Look, you guys were 9 points clear. 9 points clear when you were ahead of Man City. So the fact that you've lost the title, you've only got yourselves to blame. And I'm not going to have any Arsenal fan coming up to me and say, "Well, look what you guys have done." Actually, someone keeps calling us COVID champions. I mean, are you like deluded or something? Because Liverpool had the title wrapped up in the 1920 season. They had 82 points when the season was curtailed to until obviously June for the new season. Liverpool had it won. Man City could only get 81 points. Liverpool managed to get 82. So by the time that the season had curtailed, Liverpool were already, I think, 25 ahead of Man City by the time that happened. And Arsenal fans are still calling us COVID champions. Well, we had the title wrapped up. You could argue the next again season that was the COVID Cup. So if Arsenal fans are saying, "Oh, look what we've managed to take Man City to 2 games before the end of the season," Liverpool took them to the final game, and it was only then that City were always in front of us, So you bottled it. How'd you do, Douglas? I'm good, Redbird. Hope you're well as well. First game of the season, ESPN will be tweeting about Liverpool missing Firmino. ESPN, yeah. ESPN, that's ESPN, that. Hell no. No. And again, it goes back to Gabby Agbonlahor saying that Liverpool will sack Jurgen Klopp if we start badly next season. If Liverpool sack Jurgen Klopp, there would be massive uproar. Massive uproar. Hussams and Bunda Hunter Vilvies will be live on Thursday nights. Klopp had to take responsibility of his lineups and subs on and off. Klopp had made better decisions. We would have been in a better position. Aye. Realistically, United secure top 4 unless we beat Southampton. United lose both their remaining games and have Chelsea and Fulham. But yeah, they're going to win it. They're going to win it. All of them, yeah. Arsenal don't push anymore. They got that they are second this year, and now they just play to the end of the season, I believe. Yeah, absolutely. Xhaka cost them the title with that Trent incident. Fact. Since then, they didn't recover. Hi, Henry. I wasn't able to watch my Fire Stick went down 1 minute after kickoff. As a guide, it's working now, so we'll have to watch the replay tomorrow. So I heard we were crap. Big up, Red. It was 8 points. I think Arsenal just ran out of steam. We took them twice to the final. Yeah, we did. We certainly did. Gunnar Lee said we are bottlers because we ain't getting top 4. They should give the Arsenals a medal for being champion bottlers. Exactly. Why the hell call them? Yeah, exactly. 18, 19, 30, 40, we balled out. The last season, we were only top at the end of the weekend after we drew 3-3. Yeah, exactly. We don't get Champions League next season again, then maybe we should consider Klopp's legacy. Klopp will only leave when he wants to. That's the thing. Klopp will only leave when he wants to. As well, Gabby Agbonlahor is somewhere stupider than he looks. Facts. Absolutely. It's not all FSG issue, and the players have been playing substandard at times. Absolutely. What is wrong with Brian's post? I don't think there's anything wrong with it, Liz. I don't think there's anything wrong with Brian's post. If it's obviously came up as a review comment, it's just let it be. Just let it be. Honestly. Arsenal bottle everything these days. Yes, absolutely. Well, we'll get into the player ratings, but I am going to do a little bit of a section on where top 4 was lost. Okay? So, I'll go into the games. I will check the games. Anyway, so, let me take a drink. So, let's have a look at the table because Liverpool got 9 draws this season. 9, okay? So 19 wins, 9 draws, 9 defeats. So started 6th of August, Fulham 2, Liverpool 2. That's a game where I think we were lucky to draw, but that's a good draw. That was a very, very good draw. Crystal Palace 1-1. With a red card, Darwin Núñez obviously lost his head. That was a game again, I think, that we were lucky to draw, I would say. Man United, Liverpool 1. Look, anyone can get beaten Manchester United. Manchester United have had a very good home run. Then, obviously, Bournemouth, then Newcastle. 2 games come about. Everton away. We were poor. We were very, very poor that day. And look, I think as well, the injuries to Jota, the injuries to Diaz have played a massive, massive part in why we haven't got top 4. We are getting them back at the right time. I've got to say, we are getting them back at the right time. But a lot of players have let themselves down this season. Everton away, we were lucky not to lose 1-0 because I think Connor Cody's goal was ruled out for offside. I think as well. Brighton at home, you don't draw with Brighton. Look, fair play to Brighton this season. I think Brighton have been absolutely fantastic. Actually, that was De Zerbi's first game in charge of Brighton, was the 3-3 draw. It's all about basically when you look at the way, when you look at the managers that have obviously been in the Premier League this season, the managers have obviously gone. Yes, Everton did have Lampard that day. They did have Lampard that day. But Brighton, we were 1-0 down, 1-1, 2-1 down, 2-2, and then obviously we'll go to 3-2, and then you see how and we didn't. As well. Arsenal 3-2. That's a game where I'm like, well, bit fortunate to get away with a 3-2. As well. Then came the big victory against Manchester City. We deserved that victory against Manchester City. But where it has been won and lost, top 4, is the silly results against the teams down below. Right. So, started this trend of the 22nd of October. Nottingham Forest 1, Liverpool 0. We didn't deserve anything from that game. We were shocking that game. We were really, really poor that game. Then the 29th of October, Liverpool 1, Leeds 2. Again, that is a very bad result. That was the game that Somerville scored the winner. Somerville scored the winner for that one. Let's have a look. Brentford 3, Liverpool 1. No disrespect to Brentford, we struggle. We always seem to struggle at the GTEC Community Stadium. We always seem to struggle there. That is a very bad result of that 3-1 because, and I can get as well that we have obviously had a break with obviously the World Cup being this season as well. But there have been some games where I've looked at them and like we shouldn't have lost them. Brighton 3, Liverpool 0. Shocking performance. Absolutely shocking performance. That one. Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0. Like it's just silly, silly draws again. It's silly draws. And look, 9 draws is too much. It is way, way too much as well. Wolves 3, Liverpool 0. That was an embarrassing defeat, that one. As well. And then the form sort of got better again, but Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 0 as well. So, again, 0-0 draw. And then come the Liverpool 2, Wolves 2. Liverpool 2, Wolves 0. Then we beat Manchester United 7-0. Now, look, that is a good. Never in my wildest dreams did I expect we be Manchester United 7-0. Like, that was very, very good. But you follow that up with a 1-0 defeat against Bournemouth away. Those are the games you have to be winning. If you want to get top 4, you have to be winning again. Those games against the bottom side, you have to be winning. Bournemouth away, Leeds at home, Wolves away, Brentford. Well, okay, Brentford. I can understand that's a difficult game as well. Chelsea away again, could have lost. We got a draw. So it's just Liverpool to Arsenal too. Look, that was a good draw against Arsenal. We should have won. And then comes the very good run: 6-1 against Leeds, 3-2 Nottingham Forest, 2-1 West Ham, 4-3 Tottenham, 1-0 Fulham, 1-0 Brentford, 3-0 Leicester, and then obviously today was 1-1. So I think the draws have been a big factor. The draws have been definitely a big factor in why we haven't got top four. And the thing is, we've been very inconsistent. We've been very, very inconsistent. Very, very inconsistent. Let me just say that. So I've got to say that as well. But let me know what some of you guys are saying, because I've looked at some of the results this season, and some are just baffled. Really, really baffled, to say the very, very least. I know Redbird. 9 too many. Yeah, 100%. It takes some skill to draw to Everton away. It does, certainly does. Especially considering they had Lampard. Should have won that game against Brighton, but at the same time, should have lost that game. Yeah, Arsenal were lucky. They were. At least they will look back on that one at Anfield. Yeah, absolutely. The Brentford match was probably the most angry I've been. I was pretty angry after that game. I've got to be honest, I was pretty angry after that game. Is anyone else having trouble with the stream? I seem to be okay. Hello, Dan. Hello, Douglas and the gang. I think Newcastle Manchester United wins put the nail in the ear from Champions League anyway, so it wasn't too disappointing. No, absolutely not. Excuse me. Brian, I was as angry, but I was expecting the same as Wolves. Badger and Sketchword, hello, mate. Adrian Gomez, Matip, Jones, Milner, Henderson, Phillips, Arthur, Ox, Keita, Firmino, Fabinho, Thiago, Salah. Salah. No, sure you're. I'm sure you're on the wind up. Salah out. No way. Adrian Gomez. Nah. Sorry. Salah outlaw, I give up. Badger, are you serious? Give your head a wobble. Problem with the LFC is we don't seem to keep up this consistency of the level being ruthless. There's been ruthless and still in the 30 goal. Yeah. Exactly. That's not ruthless, it's madness. Now's the time to clear our old squad and build new talents. Inconsistency comes from Klopp and the players. Yeah, I think Klopp's been a bit stubborn with his tactics this season. Hasn't really wanted to change it as well. Season was very bad. Klopp will learn. Yeah, hopefully he will. Mine keeps buffering. Yeah, interesting. Well, it's certainly not a problem on my end. Let me just say that. Newcastle Man United can secure your Champions League 1 point. Yeah, move Salah on, not wind up. Wow. Agreed. That'd be obviously inconsistent. Like if Leicester and Leeds lose this weekend, then both of them will surely be relegated. Well, not so sure, to be honest. I'm not so sure. I do actually have a feeling it will go down to the final day. It could well go down the final day as well. Hi, Sport Cat. Thanks, Douglas. Hi, Virgin, enough said. Just watch everyone on here saying I'm mad, crazy, excited to come next season. You'll see. We'll wait and see. My birthday tomorrow, just a matter of how many they score versus us tomorrow. Happy birthday, Sport Cat, for tomorrow. That should be well, I hope you have a good birthday, but I mean, say you won the league, so it'll be interesting to see that game tomorrow. They'll obviously be in the party atmosphere. I think they get the trophy tomorrow. I could be wrong, but I think they get the trophy tomorrow because it's their last home game tomorrow against Chelsea. So yeah, I don't know why, but knowing us, we'll lose to Southampton and Brian will get max points and we will finish 6th. Possibly. I mean, we've got 66, so we're 8 points clear of Brighton with 3 games to go. So they theoretically need 9 points from 3 games. I don't really see it. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. I feel so good for Forest, 100%. Me too. Me too as well. Happy birthday, Sport Cat. Happy birthday, Sport Cat. Good luck against City. Douglas, I hope Salah will leave as well. We don't even have to right winger besides Salah. Played last 5 years, no break, and scored 100 goals in 5 years in all competitions and all depends. Interesting. Can Forest still get relegated if they lose their last game? No, Forest are safe. Forest are safe. So it's 2 from 3 now. Leicester City, Leeds United, or Everton are going down. Nottingham Forest on 37 points. West Ham are on 37 points. So it looks, Everton, Leeds, or Leicester City are going down. So that is that. And Milan must win the UEFA Champions League final for City. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And obviously, guys, as well, with obviously the last game being next week as well, give me your player of the season, which I think will be pretty easy. Give me your young player of the season as well. Sportcat says 5th, 6th, 7th will be Liverpool, Brighton, Aston Villa. I agree with you. I think it will be. Because I think Tottenham can only get 60 points. Brighton have got a game in hand. So, yeah, basically, Brighton win tomorrow. They are guaranteed at least Conference League or Europa League. So, that'd be very, very good. What would the player ratings? Maybe we'll see. I'm saying Leeds and Leicester will lose this weekend, which means it will go down to the final day, but both will need a miracle. I agree. As well. Issue is we hand on to certain players, just Henderson, Phillips, Matip, Adrian, Gomez, Thiago, Salah. These players are done for LFC. Keep them. We'll finish 6th. You are entitled to your opinion. Everyone's entitled to an opinion. Statman is in. Hello, mate. Bigger mate, really enjoyed our show last night. Yes, it was good to be back on there. I have missed it. To be honest with you. But it was good to be back on. So it's going to be an interesting end to the season. Let me just say that. For me, Suarez were our best attacker of my time, and nobody meeting the king. Suarez is better than Salah. We need that kind of players, and we won't go back to the top. I think Everton's late goals have kept them up. Suarez was boss. Right, we'll go to play range very, very quickly. Very, very quickly before I do head off as well. Alisson, where would we be without Alisson? I don't think he could do anything about the goal. I think it's just a well-low strike by Ramsey. But he did make a big, big, big save from Watkins. Big, strong left arm. I know there's a lot of people that will obviously say that Ederson is probably one of the best keepers in the league. For me, this man, without him, I don't know where we would be, to be honest. I do not know where we would be. Alisson, I'm giving him a 9. I'm giving him a 9. I thought he was excellent. Today. Trent wasn't his best game. Got to be honest, wasn't his best game, but 6 for Trent. Kanate booked. Kelly concedes a penalty, and looked like he was on the ale. Actually, I didn't think he had a good. I think he had a good game today. 6 Van Dijk. If he hadn't strayed offside, we'd probably get the other goal. To be honest, but again, Van Dijk was good. Van Dijk was good today. 6 for Van Dijk. Robertson 6. Fabinho 6 again. I mean, it's quite easy. Henderson. Yes. What do we do with Henderson? Because if I'm being honest, he should not be starting games now. He should not be starting games. I don't think he's got the legs anymore. I don't think he's got the legs to be a leader now. And as well, I think James Milner is a better footballer than Henderson anyway. But thank him for what he's done. Thank Henderson for what he's done. But today, I thought he was very off the pace. I'm going to give him a 5. I don't think he was great. Jones, not great. 5 again, I would say. Diaz 6. I honestly, Diaz wasn't great. Wasn't great today. Gakpo, well, he's had the full force of Tyrone Mings as well. He's had the full force of Tyrone Mings. Salah, pretty quiet, but in the end, he did get that assist as well. And I don't usually do this, but why not? Because they're going away. Firmino, I just think that impact off the bench, he makes me my man of the match. That's for me. Firmino's my man of the match. He gets a goal. Milner, yeah, good. Definitely goodbye to obviously two of our greatest ever players, I would say. Milner, Firmino, they've been fabulous. They've been absolutely fabulous this season. Throughout the years as well. They've been very, very good. Tsimikas, I like Simi. I like the Greek Scouser, but I wouldn't be too surprised if he wasn't here next season. I think he could potentially one of the ones maybe going. But again, that's obviously for another day. And obviously, Harvey Elliott didn't have a chance, I don't think, to make an impact. But let me see what some of you are saying before I do obviously head off. And then obviously I will let you know what is coming up on the channel as well. 9. That would be for Alison, I'm guessing. How was that not a red? I don't know. I do not know, Sportcat. I do not know. 7, 8, 9, and 10 numbers available for Liverpool. Can we get some big name players in to take them numbers? McAllister already asking for the number 10. Possibly Statman. Possibly. 9 for Alisson. People always on Adrian. I don't see who to get about number 3. Doesn't play by all accounts. He's a real character in his experienced pro. He's the least of our problems. Absolutely agree with that. Trent 5. I think City would still be top of their Ederson. Yeah, I think City just need a better keeper in there. Goated. 6 for Konate. 5 for Virgil. There's no stopping City's depth. 4 for Robertson. City's C team can be Inter. City can do one. 5. Jones is a glory boy. 5, 7, 4. Imagine though if Arsenal won the league and City lost both cup finals. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, ladies and gentlemen. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. I don't say Salah's bad, but players who won 18 mil per year need to do more. I used to support Salah a lot. It seems he just doesn't care anymore. He can't play like he used to. 10, 9, 8. Bobby 10. Tsimikas is not enough for us. We need a right back to replace Trent as a new playmaker. Becker 10, Trent 5, Robbo 6, Fab 5, Henderson 4, Gakpo 6, Diaz 5, Konate 5, Salah 4. There we go. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure to come on and do a quick match reaction as well. Also, just want to let you guys know that we are on 2425 subscribers now. We are getting very, very close towards that 2.5k. Probably not going to hit the 2.5k before the end of the season, but we are on the road to something special on this channel, I will have to say, as well. Thanks, Oliver. Thanks, dude. So, what's coming up on the channel? Tuesday, the final Prem prediction show of the season. I'll be joined by Brad from Full Time Focus and also Listen Toy Guy. I'll be joined by him as well. Trying to get another couple of guests on. Trying to get a few sort of guests on some of my favourite guests. So that might be a good show to do on Tuesday. Monday, there's going to be a video coming out from my team of the season. So please do check out that as well. Maybe Monday, maybe Wednesday. Not quite decided yet. And then on, I think it's Wednesday, there'll be a Southampton preview. And then obviously Sunday, I'll obviously be back for the final match reaction of the season. And then probably the next again Monday, there could be a live watch along of the playoff final between Coventry and Luton, the two teams to get in the Premier League. So there might be something of that as well. So please do like the video, subscribe if you're new, and also hit that bell notifications because YouTube don't like notifications for some reason. They don't like notifications. Anyway, but guys, it has been a pleasure. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I will see you for the last Prem prediction show on Tuesday. Should be very, very good. Have a great night, weekend, Douglas and chat. See you next time. Also 1:30, Henry. Very, very good. And Gordon John Comey says, great stream, Douglas. Thank you very, very much. Guys, our top four hopes are over. We go to Southampton. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And yeah, Europa League it is. Europa League it is. But we shall see what will happen for the final game next week. And I will see you Tuesday for the Prem prediction show. The final one of the season. Good night.